Hello everybody, today I am here to review The Mandalorian and Grogu. I am a massive Star Wars fan. I mean, this channel is literally named AnakinFan 57, so having the first new Star Wars movie since 2019 feels so good, and I love the first two seasons of The Mandalorian show. I'm not the biggest fan of the third season. I left a somewhat positive review when it first came out, but upon further thought, I'm just very mixed on it. And it's kind of tarnished my love of these characters for a little while, which is very sad and very frustrating. So I was hopeful for this movie. I thought it seemed fun, and in this non-spoiler review, non-spoiler, so if you've not seen the movie, feel free to listen to my review, hear my thoughts, and then go check it out. So non-spoiler review, I am going to share my thoughts and just get into the film. So without further ado, let's get into things. Now I'm going to start with some of my criticisms, and first off, yes, very much absolutely, this is a couple episodes of TV made into a movie. That's for better and for worse. You very much watching this, you can tell, okay, here's where the episode's cut off. It's a very simple story. It's not a story intended to be anything more than, oh, the Mandalorian and Grogu go on a fun little adventure. Like, it's not something with great, it's not something where it's like, oh, they're setting up a bigger story. It's not anything where it's like, oh, this is major in the grand scheme of things. It's quite literally just the Mandalorian goes on an adventure and fights some guys. And then it's simple as that. It's simple as that. And I can understand why it would be very frustrating for some. At times for me, I'm like, okay, they're clearly just making these episodes into a movie for the sake of having a new movie. And that's very clear. It very feels less like a full course meal kind of movie and more like a little appetizer, a little snack kind of movie. Not a ton of significant character growth for anybody. Not a ton of significant growth for the universe. It's just like they're just trying to make a movie for the sake of making a movie. And occasionally at times, the dialogue's a little rough. Occasionally at times there's shots that are visually, like the lighting is very flat, the colors are very flat. Moments like that are frustrating. So those are some of my, issues with the film. It's very clearly just, let's make a movie for the sake of making a movie. On the positive sides, though, I mean, part of this is due to just I had a really fun time seeing it. The score could drop in the future, but I had a lot of fun watching The Mandalorian and Grogu. First off, it just feels like, aside from Andor, I don't think Star Wars has felt this cinematic or expensive in quite a while, aside from Andor. I mean, the visual effects and the lighting and cinematography for a lot of locations, the practical effects, the visual effects, the CGI, the puppets, the sound design, the costumes, the sets, they bring this world to life in such a good way. I mean, like, there's so many cool creatures and characters and locations, and it just feels so Star Wars, and there's really great action. I mean, just watching the Mandalorian fight a bunch of monsters and bounty hunters and gangsters and Imperials is just, it's fun, it's exciting, it makes for a fun time with the movie. And Mando and Grogu, even though they don't get a ton of notable character growth in this movie, it's also just a good reminder of their relationship and why I used to love them so much before Mando Season 3. And it's just a nice story about them in general, being like, they know they're not going to be around forever. Mando knows he can't take care of Grogu forever, but he's going to make his most of the time he has with him and protect him for all the time he has. And that leads to a sweet story with some sweet moments. But it is fun. I think people have complained about the pacing. I thought the movie was paced pretty well. It takes a good balance between big action scenes and kind of slower moments. It lets it have both time where Mando gets a spotlight and a lot of time where Grogu gets the spotlight. And he kind of gets to be like a proper main character where they're having his name in the title. I thought that was cool. Sidecast is pretty fun. Nothing too crazy significant. But weirdly, I thought Rada the Hutt, voiced by Jeremy Allen White, I thought he worked pretty well and was honestly probably the best developed character in the movie, which was pretty cool. Nothing crazy on the villain side, but you got some Hutts, you got Embo, you got some fun people just messing with the Mandalorian. I like that. Sigourney Weaver's there, but it's a fun time. And one thing, and I know this isn't something where I should be like praising, like, oh yeah, this feels like the basic line, but like, I am kind of happy with this movie. It's not obsessed with cameos. It's not obsessed with fan service. It's not obsessed with big universe setup. It is just trying to be a movie, a singular movie telling a self-contained story that's trying to be both fun for Star Wars fans, but also something that's not alienating casual audiences. And I appreciate that a lot. It's not like, oh, look, it's this guy from like, aside from like, Embo, who's in the trailers and could just be a generic bounty hunter, and, Martin Scorsese as a random monkey guy, like, there's no like major cameos that they use for big hype moments or anything. It's just like, yeah, like what you see in the trailers, that's the fun movie you get. It's a fun, exciting bounty hunter ride, and it's just kind of nice to just have a simple movie that's not obsessed with this grander scale and cameos and franchise setup and just so obsessed with fan service. It feels good, and it's a lot of fun, and they bring this universe to life in a really satisfying way with some good action, some fun character moments. The film is frustrating at times. Like I said, it just feels like it's both a good thing and a bad thing that the film is not trying to be too much. But overall, I left a smile on my face. And if I were to leave my absolute biggest thumbs up with the movie, Ludwig Göransson's score is incredible. It's got orchestral pieces, it's got techno funk, it enhances the action, the emotional moments, the thrills. It's the best score we've had in a Star Wars movie since The Last Jedi. The music is so freaking good. And it honestly gives this movie a whole extra star just because it's so strong. And it just brings this universe to life. So this movie is nothing crazy, nothing complex. Do I wish we were getting a more significant Star Wars movie? Sure. But if this is a nice little appetizer, snack Star Wars movie, yeah, it's fun. Will my score drop with time? Maybe. But am I happy finally getting to see a new Star Wars movie to kick off the summer? Seeing it in IMAX? Yeah, I am. So for now, I'm going to give The Mandalorian and Grogu a nice happy 8 out of 10. A lot higher than other reviews, but I had a lot of fun. And I think it's a fun movie to check out. So yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu, 8 out of 10. Very fun time. I hope you guys like the video. Coming tomorrow is a review of all 13 movies that I saw at the Cannes Film Festival. So I hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.